Monday. We're going to begin our reading lesson for Monday, April 27th, 2020. Today we're going to be introducing the words that have an O in it, make the long O sound, which is O, and have the silent E at the end of them. We're also going to be introducing a new word. For this particular lesson, you only need one page in Unit 9, Week 3, and you will need page 262. But we're not going to do it right away, but you might want to get that ready now. You'll also need a pencil, and that's all you need. Okay, we'll begin the next slide. On this slide, we're introducing words that have the O in the middle of it, and the O, when the O says its own name, and have a quiet E at the end of them. Remember we taught you in previous weeks the A, words that had an A in the middle and have the silent E in the end. Those A's would say their name, would get A. We also last week talked about I words, that words that had I in the middle of them and a quiet E at the end, and then the I would say its own name. Well, this is sort of the same, but using the O. If the O's in the middle of this word and an E's at the end, the O will say its name and go O instead of ah. Let's start by looking to the far left. You see the letters, B, O, and E, and we're going to sound out that word. But first, I notice that has an E at the end. So we're going to cross out the E, and we're going to give the E magic. E is going to give magic powers to the O. So the O is going to go O. It's going to say its name. So we hear ba-on, bone. Now, I have the word next to it in red letters. B-O-N-E. Bone. Now look at the black letters below that. We've R-O-D-E. And again, we're going to sound out that word. I notice again it has an E at the end, so we're going to cross out the E. The E is going to give magic powers to the O. So the E is silent. That means it doesn't say its name, doesn't say anything. But the O now will say its name, which is O. So we go R-O-D. Let's take our sounds and stretch it out. Road. Road. And if you look next to it, you see the word road in red letters. R-O-D-E. Road. Now, look underneath that. You see the letters in black, H-O-M-E. Again, I see that word has an E at the end of it, so I'm going to cross out the E. The E is quiet, doesn't say anything when I sound out this word. Then E gives all of its power to the O. So the O is the E is absolutely quiet. The O will say its name, which is O. So let's sound it out. Home. Home. And if you look to the right of that, you see the word home in red letters. Now, let's look to the right, and you see some word sentences. Let's look at the top sentence. There are two words in that sentence you may not know. We're going to read it, and when we read and we know the word, I'm going to underline it. If we don't know the word, we're going to stop, circle it, and sound it out. So everyone point to the word my, M-Y, at the very top. Okay, you ready? My. The next word we may not know. So we're going to circle it and sound it out. Now I see an O in the middle, but there's not an E at the end. So the O will go ah. Ready? Dog. 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 So we go back to the beginning and we start reading. My dog. And we know the next word. That was our word last week. One of our words. Has you know, A. And the last word we don't know yet, but we're going to sound it out. It has an O in the middle, like dog, but it has an E at the end. So we cross out the E, and E gets, I meant to just cross out the E, and I did a poor job of that. So I'm going to erase that if I can, if my eraser's working. And now I'm going to circle it, and we're going to cross out the E. E gives its magic powers to the O. So the O doesn't go off like dog, it goes O. It says its name because it has an E at the end of the word. So let's sound it out. The first letter's a B. Ba-on. Now let's stretch out each sound. Bone. I hope you're starting to do this, stretching out with me, because that way you get better and better at sounding out words. So it's the word bone. Now let's go to the beginning of the sentence and read. My dog has a bone. Now that's a sentence that begins with a capital letter. It ends with a period because it's a telling sentence. It has spaces between each word. And it ends with a period because it's a telling sentence. Now let's look at the sentence underneath it. It has two words we don't know. So again, we're going to point to the word I because that's the first word at the beginning of the sentence. I'm going to underline the words we know. We're going to stop at words we don't know and sound them out. When we sound them out, I want you sounding out with me, please, because that's the only way you'll learn how to read. First word, let's point to I. Let's say it. I. Uh-oh. Second word, we're not sure if we know, so let's circle it. Now it has an O in the middle, but it also has an E at the end. So we cross out the E and give its magic power to the I. Now I want you to sound it out with me. So when I'm stretching my hands out, I want you to stretch your hands out. Let's start with the R. You ready? Road. You try. Road. Road. I rode. Go back to the beginning and read I rode. Now the next word we know. So let's say it together. My. But the word after that we do not know. So we're going to circle it and sound it out with me, please. Now before I sound it out, I almost forgot something. The last letter is an E, so I'm going to cross that out and give magic power to the I. So the I will set its name. We talked about these words last week. Words that have I in the middle and an E at the end, change the I sound to I. So let's sound it out. That's a B at the beginning. Ba-ike. Do it with me. Ba-ike. Now let's stretch out each sound. Bike. It's a bike. Now let's go to the beginning of the sentence and start reading. Ready? Point to the words as I read, and you read with me. I rode my bike. Good job. Now let's go to the last sentence. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to underline every word we know, and I'm going to circle the words we don't know, and we'll sound it out together. Looks like we know all but one word there. Okay, let's begin with I. Point to I. Let's read together. I want to go. Uh-oh, that last word, some of you may know, some of you may not, so I'm circling it. It ends with an E, so I'm going to cross out the E, and the E gives its magic powers to the O. And we hear, and the O now goes O. So I want you to sound it out with me. Ha, Try it again. Ha, Are you moving your knuckles further and further apart, or your hands? Now let's stretch each sound out. Home. Home. The word is home. So let's go to the beginning of the sentence and read it again. I want to go home. Very good job. Now for the next page, you will need to make sure you have page 262 out in Unit 9, Week 3, because we are going to do it together. And it's quite an easy page. It won't take us that long. So make sure you have your pencil out too. You will not need crayons for this. All you need is your pencil. Now look at this page. It does have a line on the top, so please write your first name, and I will wait. Good job. Now what we're going to do is, you notice there are 9 pictures there. We're going to say the name of each picture. If we have heard O sound that says its own name in the middle of the word, we're going to circle the picture with pencil. We're not going to color it in. You can always do that later when we're done with the lesson. But for now, we're just circling the picture that has a long O or says O in the middle of it, okay? Let's point to the first picture that is on the top left-hand corner. It is bus. Say bus. Bus. Did you hear an O in bus? You should have, because you heard a bus. You didn't hear any O, did you? So do not do anything to that picture. Leave it alone. Now look at the picture next to it. It's a picture of a rope. Say rope. 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 Did you hear an O in it? Yep. The O said its own name right in the middle of it. So you need to take your pencil and you're going to circle the picture of the rope. Just circle for now. Now, make sure you do that. Now let's look at the next picture. You see a bone. Say bone. Bone. When I sound that bone, I go ba-on. Did you hear O somewhere in that? Did it say its name? It sure did. So again, you're going to circle the bone with your pencil. Very good job. Make sure you do that on your page. Now let's go to the row below that. First you see a rose. Let's say it. Rose. Then we're going to say it slowly. R-O-S. Do you hear an O in the middle of it? Did it say its own name? It sure did. So circle the rose, please. Now, let's look at the next picture. That is a cot. Say cot. Cot. Now, did you hear the O sound in that? You may have heard the ah, which is a short vowel O sound, but you didn't hear the O, the long vowel sound. That's what we're listening for. So it would have been coat. It's not a coat, is it? So do not circle that because the O made a different sound. We're looking for the sound O when it says its own name. So leave it alone. Now look at the next picture. That is a hard picture to tell what it is, but I think it's a possum. Let's say that. A possum. So it had an A at the beginning and not an O sound. So we're not going to color that. We're not going to circle. Now, look underneath the rose. We see a house. Let's say it together. House. Let's say it again. House. We have house. Did we hear? Did the O make an O sound in that? No, it didn't. So we leave it alone. Next, we see a dog. Let's say dog. Dog. Did we hear an O sound in that? Did the O make the O? Nope, it went ah. We had an ah sound in it, but not O. Let's look at the last picture. That is a mop. Say mop. Mop. Did an O make the O sound in that? No, they tried to trick us. It went ah and not O. So you should have circled rope, bone, and rose. That's the only ones you need to have circled. Now we're going on to the very last page where we're going to learn the new word look. Okay, if you look at the very top, we have words. It says introducing the new word look. And I have the word look in red so you can see it easily. Then look at the left-hand side and you see a big word card with the word look. Now we're going to point to each letter and then say the name of the letter and say the name of the word. Let's sit with me. You ready? L-O-O-K, look. Let's try the same way, the exact same way. You ready? Let's try it. L-O-O-K, look. Excuse me, good job. Now look below that. You see a picture of an owl. Look at the pictures. Look at the owl's wide eyes. I used look in this sentence, didn't I? Also, you can see the small letter, a small word look, in small letters. Let's read that one and say the name of the word. Ready? L-O-O-K, look. Now, that's the second L word we have talked about. We also talked about the word like that begins with an L. Now let's look at the sentences. We're going to look at the top sentence. We're going to underline each word that we know, and guess what? And that sentence, we know each word. So I'm going to take a black and I'm going to underline the words. Point to the word look. That's our new word, and we're going to read it in the words together. Ready? Look at me. Did you see that last word has a funny mark next to it? It looks like an upside down I. That's an exclamation mark, or we call it sometimes an excited mark. So let's read it with excitement. Let's look at the word look, and let's read again. Point to each word as we're reading. Look at me. Good job. Now look at the sentence below that. There are there are three words in that sentence we do not know, but we can sound them all out. In fact, point to the D word. That word we do not know, so we're going to circle it. And it has an I in the middle, but it does not have an E at the end, so the I goes in. At the beginning, we have a D, so let's sound it out. Let's do it with me. When I sound out, you sound it out. D-id. Let's try again. D-id. Now I'm going to stretch out each sound. Did. It's the word did. Now we know the next word, so point to the word you and we'll underline it. You. Next word, look. And the next word, we do not know, but I know we can sound it out, so I'm going to circle it. And it only has two sounds in it, because it only has two letters in it. The A goes at, the T goes t. Let's try at. At. That's the word at. Let's go back to the beginning of the sentence and read it. Did you look at? Good job. Now, let's read the next word. And the next word is a word we also do not know. We've used it in other sentences before. You may remember the word. You may have forgotten. If you've forgotten, that's okay. We'll sound it out. Whenever Tina and H are together, they're best buddies. And they go. Okay? So let's sound it out together. Put your hands together. Let's do this together. Do it again. At. This time let's stretch out each sound. At. That. Okay, now let's read from the beginning of the sentence. Did you look at that? If you notice, they have a question mark at the end of the sentence. So we're asking you something. Did you look at that? Now let's look at the last sentence. The last sentence is a telling sentence. And I know it's a telling sentence because I see a period at the end of it. So we're going to underline the words we know, and we're going to circle the words we do not know. There's only one word in that sentence you might not know, and some of you already know that. So I'll circle that word and we'll sound it out. Let's point to I. Remember, we're underlining the words that we do know. Ready? I have to, our new word, look for my, and the last word you may know, but we haven't taught it to you. So we're going to sound it out. Now it has an A in the middle, but does not have an E at the end. So the A goes ah. You ready? Let's try. Ha, at, hat, hat. Now let's go back to the beginning of the sentence and read it. You ready? I have to look for my hat. And that is the last sentence in our last slide. So have a good Monday. Bye.